I know, right? That's why I'm sitting here watching the Pacers, and I'm thinking, can they win this game? Because you don't want the series to go a little longer, right? Because if Oklahoma City does this, they're going to beat them up. That's over. Fam! 40 days. 40 days we got to wait. Now, football this is the longest 40 days of the year. Every year I say, oh, man, here we go. Because, see, you get a little football, and then they go on a vacation for weeks. Not a few days, weeks. 40 days is over a month. I said, oh, man, they got to rearrange this a little differently. Now you get us all pumped up and they got to get to say goodbye. Smooth. It don't matter because we going to still talk some 49er football. Huff, Bryce. I got a feeling we'll be saying that name a lot. All during the season. Ooh, he got huffed. Oh, huffed and puffed and Nick blew the house down. I know I'm going to toy with this because we got a legitimate chance now to have dual Dobermans coming off the edges if Huff continues to play as advertised. So I say put the spotlight on the boy right now, Bryce Huff. We've been looking for you for a little while now. Not that Leonard Floyd. Leonard Floyd, Leonard Floyd, I think was maybe 2 to 3 years a little late for us. I think Leonard maybe lost just a little bit. And that was just enough that they could contain him. Because Leonard Floyd, man, there wasn't no way you could stop Leonard Floyd 5 years ago. Leonard Floyd was going to get to whatever target he wanted to get to. Bryce is at that stage now. What is Bryce, 26, 27? Anyway, 49ers mandatory minicamp observations and your reaction. It's a mandatory minicamp, which really is not much more than orientation days for the underclassmen to get acquainted with the program and meet the upperclassmen. Robert Saleh alluded toward that with some of the things he said today, too. There are no pads. The environment it's as friendly as can be. I mean, ain't no, except for Fred Warner. Fred Warner is the same Fred Warner all the time. Fred's out there instigating and talking trash from the sidelines and putting the offense on like, Fred, you did not say that, you know. Nothing that takes place can be considered conclusive, though. It is exciting to know, however, if there were some positives, telltale signs about players, and actually there were. One name that wasn't tarnished in any way, though, in any fashion, Bryce Huff. Nick Bosa has to be delighted, man. I mean, as I say, to know that his new partner in crime is as vicious as can be, and he's not going to be. Bryce Huff, watch footage on him taking them offensive linemen out of the way. He's not that kind of big, but he makes short work of these big 300-pounders. He uses quickness and leverage and speed. This is what, as a technique, every coach from junior high school up will tell you technique can give you an advantage over anybody. Same with martial art. Technique. Not always about size. Guy can be in a weight room. He's like warming up with 225. One hand on the bench. He's squatting 300 pounds warming up. But use the right skills on him. All that ain't going to make no difference. If he ain't got no skills, he's going down. Bryce Huff is that dude. And that is might finally have, as I say, that Doberman duo. Once upon, coming off the edge, not seen. I mean, what's the last two? I thought about Ahmad Brooks and when Aldon Smith. Ahmad was an outside linebacker, but the thing is, he was still rushing the passer. Every now and then, we had who was that other guy we had over there? He sucked. But anyway, when Brooks and Smith is coming off that outside, and you can ask Drew Brees, it was brutal. Maybe that's what we got this time. Because for all intents and purposes, Bryce Huff is built more like an outside linebacker. But he'll come off the 4-3. It doesn't matter because outside linebackers are deployed where they're needed. And if you're a big guy, because even Fred Warner can come off the edge. And I'm surprised the 49ers haven't tried that yet. There's all kind of, look out for Robert Saleh. You know what I love about Saleh? Saleh's already made clear to everybody. The league has changed. He's changed. He's evolved. He's not the same Robert Saleh that was seen a few years ago when he was with the 49ers. And people didn't know that. That question's already been asked. Well, Robert's going to still run. No, he's not. Saleh's learned a lot, and he's applied what he's learned down through the years. We are going to have a good defense. To the phones to go for your take of the Niners 2025 minicamp before they take off for the summer ahead of training camp, which is coming up. Next month about this same time. Man, fam, Pro Football Network says the 49ers should sign veteran cornerback Jair Alexander, who just got released by the Green Bay Packers. How you feel about that? See, I don't know that the 49ers should spend a whole lot more money on some of these free agents. If this year's experiment works out, we may become the Green Bay Packers and build only through the draft. Because, wait. You save a lot of money, and homegrown always works the best. So, and Nick Wagner noted that yesterday that the non-participants included, oh, man, there's something in the air. I don't know what it could be. Because I don't have a cold, but my nose is itching. As my grandmother used to say, that means you got money coming. No. It's still tickling. Don't bother me. Nose? Nick Wagner noted that yesterday the non-participants included Ricky Pearsall, hamstring. Kyle says he could play now. They're just taking precautionary measures along with Mike Hill, same thing, hamstring. He could play. Jawan Jennings. These guys could, if we were playing this Sunday, they'd all be game time decisions or probable. Malik Mustafa, no. Malik's that knee's going to take a while. Alfred Collins has got a calf thing going on. And Alfred Collins hasn't signed his contract yet. He, like many second-round picks around the league, refuses to sign contracts. Not first-round picks, second-round picks. Guaranteed money. Because, you're a second-round pick. The guarantees can get dwindled down to disrespectful. So I guess Alfred said, man, come on, man. Y'all, look at me. I'm Alfred Collins, man. My cousin is a bad dude. Bad dudes running my family. Ain't nobody walking away without no money. Unigross Matos, knee. He needs to rest that knee. Fred Warner took a rest day. Ain't nothing wrong with Fred. And Curtis Robinson coming off an ACL last year. Actually, Curtis looks better than anybody else in the camp that's coming off an ACL. Curtis Robinson may be able to help the team this year. I love me some Curtis Robinson last season. I said, who is that? I didn't know who he was. Remember preseason? What is that? Curtis Robinson. Who is Curtis Robinson? Oh, look at that. Curtis Robinson needs to be available. If I'm going to make cuts, Curtis Robinson's not on him. If his knee's okay, Curtis Robinson can play. Jair Brown, got the ankle thing going on. Quarterback Curtis Rourke, who's going to be a redshirt anyway. He's got a knee thing going on. George Odom, knee. Daryl Luter Jr. Man, I don't know about Daryl Luter Jr. I mean, Daryl Luter Jr., it's just 2 years. And when he did come in, he came in and messed up. That was him during the Super Bowl. I mean, it was his bad luck. The ball hit him off the calf. And that was pretty much the reason why we lost the game. And Ray McLeod, trying to play hero ball. Ray, what you need to do is secure that ball right now. Don't worry about taking it all the way back to the house. Just go down on the ball. Ray tried to pick it off the game. Boom, bam! Knocked Ray up. Oh, okay, I don't want to relive that moment. Offensive lineman Andre Dillard got an ankle thing going on. So a lot of these guys missed out. But it didn't really matter because Kyle Shanahan just wants you out there anyway. According to Shanahan, almost all of that group will be ready for it to go for the start of training camp, with the exceptions, of course, of Ayuk, Mustafa, Rourke, and Robinson. But I've seen Robinson doing some running and such on the side. According to Ayuk was on the field today, just not participating. Mustafa doing the same in recent weeks. Mustafa, he just got that cleaned up at the end of last season. He's running around. It's the same knee he's hurt before, too. Mustafa may be back before we know it, and surprise. I just wonder if he'll still look like that dude, Mustafa. Frightening. Bullet likes me. And besides, he's got a score to sell with Patrick Mahomes. Remember, he stayed home in the end zone, and Mahomes got a running start in him and dropped him. Every Ram fan, Mustafa got trucked by Patrick Mahomes. Boy, do you know? Okay. Anyway, still a little no reps for many Niners, big stars. Trent Williams and George Kittle took no reps in team. Limited work for running back Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa. And Shanahan again reiterated that the goal is to get some of these older vets through this part healthy, which explains the lack of work in team drills. Still, some benefits to having them out there and around so many young players can learn how to be a pro and learn what it's like. And it's particularly the responsibility of being a part of one of the greatest football franchises in football history. The Niners! You don't come in there just being a football player. You're a Niner. There's a big difference. I said it, Rams. You don't like it? Get the hell up out. I ain't going to tell no lies in there just for your benefit. You got 2 trophies in 70 years. You ain't on the same plateau. Step off. Where was I now? Lost my spot here. You're right there. Now I gotta drop way down. Oh my God! I got a new computer, but I hit the wrong button. Joe, woo! Oh God, Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go. Jake Moody. Let me. Here's the thing. Jake Moody missed a kick yesterday, right? I don't know, fam. I thought that it was last year. I was like everybody else. Poor Jake. He hurt his little leg trying to make a tackle because the special teams unit was just terrible. So I felt sorry for him. But this is like a year later. Come on, Jake. And he's changed his whole approach to the ball. I mean, Michael Williams is nursing a hamstring issue. Shanahan said that he probably could have gone today, but they wanted to be smart with him. So he's expected to be ready for starting camp, so he wasn't doing much either. But it's all precautionary right now. Shanahan has learned his lessons. Remember last year, or it was the year before last, guys got hurt in camp, and there's a few days. This is during training camp. Shanahan shut the whole operation down all of a sudden, and they had another one to go. They started. The 49ers started team portion of practice with some red zone working. Brock Purdy immediately hit use check just yesterday, and rookie wide receiver Jordan Watkins for TDs. But it wasn't all peaches and cream. There were also some ouchies, including B. Purdy pass that. Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle, Jordan Elliott batted down, and later an interception to D. Winters. By the way, D. Winters is looking as good. If you have to give the nod, if you had to start a linebacker today, D. Winters would be the starter, fam. Yeah, D's looking like he did last year when Fred Warner was out there talking about how awesome he was looking. But he picked D on a pass that Purdy probably would have checked down during the game. D was right there to take it out. It appeared Purdy even saw the check down option as he briefly looked at it when he decided to cut it loose. By the way, Kyle Shanahan's telling his guys now, I want you to go out there and trust yourself and test your limits. You're only going to learn by going through there and taking that pain now, don't take it later. So these guys are just firing. If they think they got a shot, they take it, which is good because now fam, he will learn. Now, my concern is I don't want him to get gun shy. If he gets picked off a couple of times, then of course he'll have that fear and he won't be taking those shots that should be taken. That's a prime example of what Shanahan is talking about when he says he wants his quarterback to use practice to cut it loose. Pretty clearly wanted to see if he could squeeze a pass into a tight window downfield, and it did not work. And so, but I think it's brilliant teaching from Shanahan regarding that rationale. I like that. Last week, Mac Jones talked about how he was going to get back to trusting what he sees and cutting it loose. We don't need hesitation on the quarterbacks. We have to understand, though, there's going to be some times when they throw picks Everybody's always talking about, man, he's a check down quarterback. Well, there ain't gonna be no check. Ain't gonna be a check down quarterback on this field. And when they make mistakes, we got to just grin and bear it. Because if we're winning the game, that's what matters most. He said after rough practices, Jones, he said he'd take a nice step forward in that area. He threw a nice shot to DeMarcus Robinson for a respectable gain and had another to Watkins over the middle. But a nice bounce back after practice last week. Mrs. Jones' baby boy was viciously slapped around. It was a few team reps for running back Chris McCaffrey ended up matched up with rookie Upton Stout. You know what you're saying about Upton Stout? Even you saw the interview yesterday with Demo. Demo says, yeah, the game is not moving too fast for him. Yeah, he looks like he's right at home already. Upton! You gonna beat somebody out? Man, the game ain't too fast for him. This is Demo talking. Demo's talking about how he started out, and it wasn't that way. And one of the few team reps for Christian McCaffrey ended up matched up with rookie Upton Stout. As I mentioned, McCaffrey jab, stepped inside, cut inside. Stout didn't take the bait, and stayed in lockstep. Taking away McCaffrey's an option and forcing Purdy to throw the ball away. McCaffrey will be fine. I ain't even worried about him. If you can stop McCaffrey, you can stop anybody. Reminds me of that film I always like to bring out about volleyball. The coach, instead of throwing balls, he had a bunch of monkey wrenches. Here, throw these. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I almost had to be sedated during the movie. I bet you'll move your ass if you see a monkey wrench coming at you at 100 miles an hour. I'm sorry. Fred Warner was delighted. He made sure everybody on the field felt all that jubilation. Yo, Fred, is Fred be? He's over there yelling way. Fred could be heard from across the field yelling, good bleep, Stout. I'm trying to say the bad words. I don't care if it's junior 49ers out there. I'm talking bad up in there. We shouldn't be doing that. Stout was greeted with a bunch of high fives as he returned to the sideline. And then there's the bad news about Jake Moody. Showed off his new kicking stance. Was largely on target. He was. If Jake does 10, 15 kicks and he misses one, and if you're like me, the only one you miss, the only one you think about is that one he missed. Wide right on, Jacob. Jesus Christ, with you and wide right. Breathe, fam. He did hit from 33 yards twice, 40 yards, 47 yards, 52 yards, a 55 yard. He also attempted a 30-yard kick, but it was unclear. And it made it through. Now, this is another thing that concerns me about Jake, Mrs. Moody's child, who misses shorter. He'll kick. And I said this last year. We were way back on the field, about 50 yards plus. Oh, he'll make this. I said it during the game. He'll make this one. You don't want him kicking them chippies. Oh, he'll wide right every time, baby. He missed it. One official signaled that it was good, then seemed to defer to the other who said no good. So Moody's motion is certainly a bit more compact than it used to be. So we can hopefully. He's got some time, fam. He'll be okay. We got the other guy that Kyle brought in to intimidate and push Jake. We can always bring him in. And Shanahan's answer about Moody yesterday with a line without most of us view the whole matter. Shanahan said the field goals, this is a quote, has been going between the two uprights. I've liked it so far, been good. Apparently, Kyle didn't want to talk about it any further than that. One thing that is receiving rave reviews, though, is the fact the Niners made a significant move this offseason in their effort to retool the defensive front. After picking up 3 defensive linemen in the 2025 NFL draft, the 49ers were very serious. We were not going to look like we did last year in the last 2 years on the defensive line. We are going to stop the run. If you're not going to stop the run, you're going to get beat. That's all there is to it, and they've addressed that, including standout pass rusher Mikael Williams. The team acquired defensive end Bryce Huff in a trade with the Eagles. The 49ers didn't add a veteran starter in their offense or defense this offseason until they traded for Bryce Huff a couple of weeks ago. Thank you, Niners. That was the right move to make. Fam, think about this for a minute. If we did not pick up Robert Saleh, the chances of Bryce Huff being in this lineup you know they're not high. Because all people are going to do is look at his resume with the Eagles and why the Eagles put him on the shelf. As you already know, Huff is just one season removed from a breakout 2023 campaign with the Jets, where he recorded 10 driving that, almost knocking that quarterbacks into the dirt. Under then head coach Robert Saleh, who has now returned to the 49ers as DC. Yes, Huff struggled in his one season with the Eagles, a situation mostly we attributed mainly to a poor scheme fit. It is possible. The hope is that reuniting him with Saleh will reignite his effectiveness. I don't really have any doubt about it. I really don't. If anything, he feels it. He's mentioned it over and over. He said in his press conference, "Yeah, I'm just glad to be here." And be with Robert Saleh. Did you notice how every rookie is just bubbling? It's just kind of just bubbling to be a 49er. The big grin on their faces. They look all intensely excited. It is just such a pleasure to be in Santa Clara for most of these kids. Shanahan said, quote, "I just like Bryce. I think he affects the quarterback. When you talk about just getting off the ball and how fast he does it, he'll be our best get off the ball guy we've had." Wait for it. D Ford. Now I know. People. I made a post and, "Oh man, we don't want anybody like D Ford, man." No. We're talking about the D Ford that got hurt and had back issues, and 49ers just recently stopped paying him last year. D Ford had one of the best get-offs in the league. Okay, for anybody, I'm talking about a healthy D Ford. For anybody to compare anybody to D Ford is not anything but a compliment. If Bryce Huff could get off the when that ball is snapped and Bryce Huff is coming, the quarterback is thinking about that. All right? Bryce Huff is the kind of guy that's getting to a quarterback's head. Nick Bosa never gets out of a quarterback's head. But now, your offensive lineman got dual assignments. They've got to stop Bryce, but Lord knows if you don't stop Nick, your quarterback's going down. My boy CJ. You see him at the press conference? That's a big, goofy, laughing all the time dude. It looks like an absolute monster. This dude is wide. I mean, I'm looking at CJ. CJ's wide, this big. Now I looked at the girth. CJ's wide, this big and this big. You can't handle that. You can't handle that. Come running up through here. Bam! Oh, my God, I can't wait till the season gets started. So in terms of that, it's good to beat tackles that way, but it also widens tackles to help with the inside pass rush and things like that. And he affects the quarterback. Move McHale into the middle. McHale's got diverse. His talents are just, that boy can be plugged and played outside, inside. He can stop the run, sets the edge real well. Move inside. He's quick. He's got long arms. You go run the ball. I got CJ and McHale there. I still got my boy from last year, Anderson. I got Givens. Ain't gonna be no running up in here. Man. Shanahan's not concerned about what happened to Philly with Huff. He said it just didn't fit as well in their scheme and just what they do schematically and stuff. I think they wanted to go a different direction with this stuff. Their outside guys dropping the coverage and things like that, being a 3-4 base, and that's something we really never do, so it's a little bit different. Fam, I remember, was it that Solomon Thomas first year that he came in? Shanahan, maybe Robert Saleh had to learn. Remember we saw Solomon Thomas dropping into coverage? He got smoked. And everybody watching, even if you didn't know much about football position and how you're supposed to play at a certain position, was, whoa, why is Solomon Thomas on a cornerback? I mean, on a running back or wide receiver. Look at which one. And everybody's, they never did that again. Doesn't make sense. Some teams do that. Nick did it one time, and I think he did it on his own, but Nick got an INT. I think if a defensive lineman plays heads-up football and he sees things in front of him being contained and the quarterback does let that ball rip and he's in position to make a play, he should go ahead and do it. That's a judgment thing. But initially, that's not his assignment. But as far as just watching him on tape and stuff, he always kind of looked the same. This is Shannon talking about Huff. I just didn't think the opportunities are there for him. Trent Williams, rave reviews. Trent Williams, who knows plenty about edge rushers, he deals with them all day long. Also believes Huff brings a much-needed pressure on the edge opposite Nick Bosa. Big Trent said, quote, he's going to bring that speed demon off the edge, that guy that's going to require running back or a chip opposite of Nick, unquote. And having additions that we do, especially with Mikkel, who can go either inside or outside, and Utigros Matos. I keep forgetting about him. That dude, I told you, fam, last year we can keep that dude healthy. He is, getting all those guys on the field. I think he had kind of that D Ford effect. There's that name again that we had in 2019 that took them to the Super Bowl. One of the reasons we had a really good defense for those couple of years is having that guy who could actually make a quarterback step up by getting a good jump off the ball and being able to bend the edge. Check all the boxes, Bryce. Check a couple you don't even need to check. He goes on to say, I know he's going to be a guy for us. I'm familiar with his work, with him being with the Eagles and the Jets. I know he's going to be a player for us, so it was a great addition to have him come over here and just help out on the defense. With a reloaded D line and a scheme that better suits his skill set, Huff could be poised for another impactful season under Sal. Hey, Bryce, I want you to get 12 sacks this year, man, because Nick's going to get 15. You realize how many sacks there is between you two? I ain't even counting Mikkel. Man, fam, was that 3 years ago when we led the league in sacks? From week 1 to about week 12, I think people started closing on us, but we was, oh, man. As far as participation on the field, though, during 2-day session, we had guys taking time off. But lack of participation, as I mentioned, is not an issue with Shanahan, who believes that classroom work and conditioning was of the utmost importance on the field sessions and also educating the youngins. Because Shanahan, like us, is weary and tired. Fam, I mean, I'm thinking just about every year that we've failed has been determined by who stays on the field and who's going to the IR. It is. Because as far as competitive level, the 49ers have remained a competitive team since the end of 2019. We were always in the same sentence with teams competing for the Super Bowl. We were always there. So, Shanahan, let me. Today, Jacob Cowing caught a pass from Mac Jones in stride, kept going down the field for what had been a pretty nice game. Mac Jones is, I got a kick out of him on the podium. Max never looked like, because he had a bad day. Max never looked like, well, I've got to get back to trusting myself, and I believe I'm around the right people. I'm learning a lot from Coach Shanahan. Keeping an eye on Brock Purdy. As you know, being Brock Purdy, we know each other. We're familiar with each other from before we even got drafted, and I'm just out here to, Mac. You know what? Don't play yourself, man. It's okay. Most quarterbacks don't understand Kyle Shanahan's offense just to start. You'll be okay. Mac knows, though, if you do learn it, everything is schematically set up for quarterbacks' success failure rate to be pretty high. So all he's got to do is get it. He'll get it, But Jada Mahoney picked off Mac. That was intended for Watkins. The safety jumped the route, got in front of the receiver, and came down with the ball. After the practice session, Robert Saleh to the media podium shared his opinions of the rookie class. The quote said, "It's been good. I've always said half of what a rookie does in his first season is he's just playing. He doesn't know what the heck he's doing." This is what worried me. Remember, Coach, John Lynch said, Coach, John, what are you going to do about your defense? You've got an exodus going out of there that they almost needed to play the music. Dun, 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 dun. The guy's just leaving. Lynch said, with all the confidence in the world, we're going to build this thing back up through the draft. Now, Upton Stout already fits that role. Mikkel probably does, too. CJ's a natural, fam. That's why I picked him out as my main dog. We got to see Alfred Collins may have us all thinking, damn! I'm looking forward to that. Alvin's got to sign his contract. He's got his calf's got to heal. We'll see what happens. Shal goes on. He's just using all the athleticism, but there's a couple of guys, not to name names, who have stood out from an assignment standpoint. They're always going to make mistakes. You just don't want to see them make the same mistakes twice. They gonna be ready. Oh, we gonna be ready. The schedule is the schedule this year is going to be able to let these guys make a mistake here and there, and it may not cost the game. I figure the 49ers offense is probably going to be, about week 3 or 4, could be averaging 25 to 30 points a week. Because if for no other reason, the ball's going to be in the offensive hands kind of often. And, of course, you got the wily vets out there kicking. Smooth when you get in here. Wait a minute, Smooth. For that, Brian says Detroit made M and Miss Cry. Who is M? MS. Because Don Burr is not his initials. Brian, Smooth. Come on in, my man.
Cool breeze. What's popping, baby boy?
Smooth, man. Everything I see about the 49ers right now is making me feel so much better. Like I said, last year we knew what we had, and we knew they was just putting the glue and duct tape on it and everything and getting ready to go back out there because you failed the Super Bowl. Let's go back there and finish what we didn't do. This year, fresh. Young dudes out there got to make a name for themselves. There were some dangerous boys. Smooth, your take on this, man?
Well, first let's start off with the breaking news today in training camp.
Okay.
With Terrell Owens, Frank Gore, and Patrick Willis checking BA ass on the sideline.
Yes, talk about it.
And so now, I guess they said what I said. I mean, the writing was on the wall, bro. If you want to be here, you can be here. If you don't, got some money, you can go, bro. So what you gonna do? So now BA is in the classrooms, helping out the rookies and all that. So, hey, man, that's what that is. But getting
and follow, and you know how he unfollowed. You know how that childish thing they do now. They unfollowed the 49ers. If you don't stop signifying, go back and follow the 49ers, BA, and stop clowning. You was a lot of trouble last year. You ain't even playing now. You're starting shit. Come on, man. God.
Out of the 3 Hall of Famer OGs, the one that was more vocal was T.O. schooling him about what his problems was, you know. And
Good.
So he learned from those. So he's trying to tell Brandon the same thing. Hey, Brandon, you keep this up, you're going to go down this road. You don't want to do that.
You know what he said? Filthy Casual says, T.O. didn't BA putting him on Instagram. Said, he's a bold youngin', ain't he? BA be tripping.
Hey, man. Like I said, we don't need it, bro. I mean, he needs to get checked out. I don't know what it is. But I'm serious. But Huff. But getting back to Huff, the hell with BA right now. But that's gonna take care of itself. I'll leave that to John Lynch in the front office. But as far as Huff, yeah, man, age 27, 6'3", 255 pounds. He was a linebacker before he moved to DN. He put on some more weight. He had career 52 games, 25 starts, 39 tackles for losses, registered 136 overall tackles, and 18 sacks, 4 first fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. He's a D4 that we thought we had. So, you know, God is good, bruh. He blessed us with a 27-year-old that's in his prime. So, yeah, bruh. And I have 3 sleepers nobody is talking about. But remember, I mentioned this first. Okay. Do not sleep on Stone Blatton, 227-pound linebacker out of Mississippi State. Do your homework on him. Check him out. And another rookie. Don't sleep on Sebastian Valdez, 6'3", 301-pound defensive end out of Washington. Don't sleep on him. Then the veteran that we got from the Jets that Salah brought in, Chaz Surratt, 6'2", linebacker, 233 pounds, 4-year starter out of North Carolina. He's a Tar Heel. Watch out for those 3. Watch out for those. I'm telling you, bro. Watch out for those. See, we talking about
Stanton's
the glamour
compared
position.
to Nick Borland. Is this for?
If you go back to 4 of your shows, I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I have mentioned him. You said, what is he like? I say, remember Chris Borland? You like,
Chris.
oh, lean back in your chair. Well, I got a memory like an elephant. I remember everything, bro.
Yes,
I remember
indeed.
everything. Yeah, he's the next Borland. Faster and bigger. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. He did anything that move. He's violent, physical, and hey, bro, he bring his lunch pill. He's ready to work. What else I got right here? Go ahead. What else you want to touch on, bro?
No. I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Okay. I touched on that, and I have what else I have? Oh yeah, as far as Upton, yeah. Look at him to be a starter. And about Winters, he's having a decent camp.
He did it
but
last
he
year.
can do a lot better because he's already been in the system. He's already seasoned. So I'm looking for we already know Nick gonna be on. He's gonna be next to Fred. But that left side position, not Upton, but I have what y'all said, Stone. Look for Stone Blyton. Look for him to take that spot. Yeah. He's a sleeper, bro. He's doing everything. The quiet is kept. He's under the radar. So don't be surprised. So when he get in the lineup and y'all be like, who is he? Remember, Smooth told you.
Yes.
Smooth told you so. Yeah, and hey, bro, that's about all I got. And CJ West, he can stuff up in the camp, man. And hey, the reason we had problem stopping the run last season because we didn't have the number one technique, the number one technique in the middle. Now we had that. Nobody else going to run on us now. We had that with CJ. And like I said, Williams, or rookie Williams, he's going to be in the middle with CJ. On third downs, then Huff going to be on the left side. Bosa going to be on the right side. Then you're going to have Fred and Nick on starting. But that left side is still up in the air. So like I said, bro, if Winters don't get his act together, look for Blackman to take that spot. Stone Blackman. Remember that name, folks?
So you're taking
Black,
Nick out of this.
Or Chaz Surratt, the linebacker that played under Salah already, 5-year vet. Look for him to take that spot. So it's going to be Blatton or Chaz if what's going to get his act together. When going to get his act together?
See, here's the thing about D. Fam, think about D for a minute. I'm D when I'm sitting here 3 years. They're gonna bring all these dudes in. I got news for all of them. They may as well get some pads, pillows, cause they gonna be sitting down, man. I've been here too long.
The coaches are talking to him without even talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Bringing in players. If he was a Fred Warner, you know what I'm saying? If he was Fred Warner or Warner, bruh, wouldn't be this problem. We wouldn't bring nobody for that left side spot linebacker. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe want somebody to back up, but not nobody who's there to compete. You're right.
Man, I'm telling you, bro, he has to work harder, bro. I said Warner, but you know how I meant that went to Denver. Yeah. He been gone, man. I don't even forgot his name.
Now you got me doing it.
That's how good we are. That's how deep we are. We're already forgetting who was here last season. See what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm out here. Yeah, bro. I still
it's going to be okay because, when you have that many linebackers, and one thing the 49ers are famous for is having plenty of linebackers. Usually they're on the Hall of Fame material or in the Pro Bowl each every year. Rudy, you ain't got nothing to say, man. Rudy doesn't believe that Willis, T.O., or anybody else none of them want a ring. Rudy, your team's got one ring in L.A., one, all right? There's no license for you to talk trash. Walk away, dog. Hey, Smooth.
Hey, bro, I don't listen to that talk, bro. I don't listen to that.
I'll tell you what.
I know you got to go, bro. I don't want to hold you up too long. I got my food ready for me, my ribs and the potato salad and the greens. Hot water cornbread. Hey, bro.
Hot water
this is Smooth Operator. You already know. Second Free City 415. Shout out to the family and the staff, man. I'm out. See you next show, bro.
There he
Peace.
goes. The legendary Smooth.
Oh
I
yeah.
see you
Oh
Friday,
yeah.
fam.
Oh yeah. Grub time. All right, grub time. I'm out.
Hot water cornmeal. I remember my sister used to kill me making that. You walk in and she's mixing it up because it's like pancakes, right? But it's made with cornmeal. Throw that right into that skillet. It's got a crisp edge in it. It's got that corn flavor. It is so good. Oh, Matty S. Get in here, man.
Ronbo. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, man, we're just looking. We got 40 days to wait for the guys to get back. There'll be all these headlines and guys doing training videos and things like that. You know, it's going to be a long wait, but we do know what we got going in to this break and what's coming back. They got to study hard and they got to stay in shape. That's why I say, now here's the part when you have the guys. Remember Debo in that video when he was on the treadmill? I mean, Debo looked like he was running faster than any car on the street. And come season start,
no joke.
oh, got my hamstring. Debo, why is he dropping to one knee? I felt my hamstring getting ready to glow.
Oh my gosh! Tell me about it, dude.
God.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. I'm curious to see how he does in Washington this year.
Oh,
Yeah. With as good as like he should have been in the last couple of years with us. Like I don't know, man. I'm still kind of sad to see him go.
Well,
but at the same time, like I wish him the best.
We love Debo, but I mean, you know, like BA's starting to get on my nerves too. Why can't BA just be?
I try to block him out.
Just behave, BA. You know, I mean, he's got Willis, but T.O.
Yeah.
Who else is out there? I mean, T.O. Willis, and Frank Gore. Out there. Hey, bro.
Frank Gore, yeah.
Hey, young blood, let me talk to you, man. Because, you know, BA, you had a good year. Okay, we understand all that. But would you please, the 49er example is not what you're setting here, and the youngsters are watching you. Stop showing your ass. God.
Yeah, dude, he needs to grow up a little bit, dude. Like,
no, a lot.
You're still young, but you're old enough to know better, man. Like quit the bullshit. You were saying that he unfollowed the 49ers?
Yeah. That's what this generation does. You know, because everybody can see it. It's social media. And then as soon as people in the media say, bro, looks like BA unfollowed the 49ers. I went over there to check it. BA, what are you doing? Oh, would you guys stop this? Why, if you don't, John Lynch has always said his door's open. All of them said, well, if you got a beef, why don't you just go talk to him then? And you're the one healing up. And if you don't like the conversation going on about the other receivers on the field, well, then do something about it. But you can't yet. So there's no point getting mad about that. The dude is a head case. I'm so tired of this is a wide receiver DNA.
I'm so tired of it, dude. Yeah, dude, I know it's going to go without saying, but, you know, like, as far as his, I don't know, dude, it's just like, you know, like, what's dumber, him unfollowing the 49ers or somebody that actually noticed that he did? Like, you know what I mean? Like really think about that for a second. Like somebody has to be really paying attention to that.
Well, the thing is, that's the thing, and they know it when they do it. Debo did it, you know. BA.
Yeah, I remember that.
Who else? You know, they make it, and now the media hears about it. Ooh, he unfollowed his own team's page all around the league. He unfollowed his team's page. I said, man, would y'all please stop with that kindergarten BS, man? Nobody cares. If he,
dude, he just needs to be. He needs to be Barry Sanders professional. Just kind of be. I don't know. Just go show out and just shut up, man. Like just come in and dude, I'd love him to just come in and prove everybody wrong, man. From the last time we saw him out there, because we know what he's capable of. So I have a feeling like that dog's still in him, dude. I don't feel like just because he got the money that like we're not going to see any performance out of him. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on in that thick head of his, man. You know,
I think wide receivers are born with an inflated ego. No matter how good they are, they seem to think they're above average men. Their omnipotence goes to the halls of Valhalla. I mean, you made a few good plays, bruh. But you know what? When the last time a wide receiver won a Super Bowl, it's been a while. So you need to come down off your high
100%.
horse and be a good team member. Man.
Well, dude, what better person to talk to him than T.O.?
I know, right? Because T.O. was one of the worst divas in history.
Yeah,
but T.O. seen the light and grew up, right?
Yep, he did. Yeah, it took him a while. Don't get me wrong, dude. Like he was even doing it like
only recently.
He was even doing it like
everybody.
Oh, geez, that took a while.
I don't even think that was him.
He waits for me. There's no emphasis in that, man. Like I was really disappointed in that, Don. That was real weak.
But yeah, we got to do that. But you know what? Bryce Huff is looking like he could be that glue piece, that one piece to the puzzle that just fit in there. And okay, now this engine's gonna run like hell. I mean,
well, dude, if you noticed with the 49ers, like we're pretty good at the draft, but we always it seemed like we always draft at least one dude out of the whole group that you didn't see coming, I guess you could say. I guess for lack of a better word, I was trying to figure out how to word that the best way.
It's a good word.
Like kind of a show out. Yeah, you weren't sure what you were getting, man, and yeah. I love it, dude.
And you know, like you're saying, a lot of guys, their game translates even better to the NFL. It's not all the time. Is that Don Burr?
No.
Oh, it seems some players come out of college, their game translates better to the next level than it does at college. So you could get a shock. Chris Borland was a good player. I forget what school he went to. But when he comes he comes to 49ers, he's a Pro Bowler.
Straight up, dude. First year.
Yeah. So, yeah, like you're saying, I can't wait to see. We may have more than one surprise this year. Upton Stout, let's see what he looks like when camp really starts. If Upton Stout is moving like he's moving now, what is that going to be like?
Well, and let's see if he can stay healthy. And if he can stay healthy all year, dude, I have this strange feeling, man. I've got this inkling, Ronbo, and you're gonna love it, dude. I just have a feeling like this is gonna be one of our healthiest seasons, in we'll just call it the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's my feeling.
Year before last, we were okay until what's our linebacker's name that just left and went to Denver? Like Stout.
Oh, Dre
Greenlaw. Yeah, until Dre got hurt, that was a very healthy year. But he got hurt, and he gets hurt in the middle of the game. In the middle of the game, he didn't get hurt before or after the game or at the end of the game. In the middle of the game, we got this game under control. Travis Kelce is being contained. No.
You can't tell me that didn't change the outcome of that game.
I guarantee you it did. That's why Kelce was over there beating up on Andy Reid. He was frustrated.
Oh, I loved it. It never gets old, dude. It never gets old.
I know. Hey, Matty, let me see you Friday, fam, and see what's
Sounds
up.
Good, my friend.
I always appreciate you,
yeah,
Matty.
buddy. Yeah,
I'm. Don Burr.
Yeah, I'm in Southern Oregon tonight. What now?
And Don Burr appreciates you.
Oh yeah.
Your time is coming to get Don Burr, though. His team is not.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. All right, fam.
Tick tock. Yep. All right, brother. I'll see you guys on Friday night.
Can't wait. Night, Matty.
All right, buddy. Night, buddy.
My dude, representing all that part of the seaboard. Hey, yo, it's white chocolate out of Philly. Trey.
Ronbo!
Turn.
What's up, Ronbo? It's white chocolate coming in hot, baby.
I know, man. That's the only way you ever do. Dude, it's Bryce Huff just left your neighborhood, and he's out here in the 49ers neighborhood, and he's already making people think, oh, did the Eagles mess up or what? Now, Bryce may have had his issues in Philly, but boy, Robert Saleh knows just how to get that to work. You know, you get something that a machine or something that you're having a problem with. You take it back to whoever sold it to you. Now, here's all you had to do, man. This is like basic stuff, man. Now watch it work. Okay, how'd you get that
Exactly.
to work like that? Well, I can't wait. Fam, what are you thinking?
Exactly, Ronbo. I mean, it's exactly right. They had a machine that the birds, they were trying to use them the wrong way. They were trying to use the machine for the purpose that it wasn't meant for. You know what I mean? So
It makes no sense.
I mean, here's the thing, Ronbo. I thought that was a great pickup, and I got razzed by some Eagles fans, that I'm friends with. But
Yeah,
I thought that was a great
wait.
pickup.
If you didn't know, White Sox out in the Philadelphia area, surrounded by them birds.
Oh yeah. Like I said last week, I'm a bird dog, Ronbo. I hunt birds. I seek out birds. I hunt birds.
I like that.
I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of them, but no, I thought, like I said, I just thought, I thought they basically bought Bryce Huff as like low as you could. You know
Trey,
what I mean? Like his stock was.
Trey, wait a minute. Are you on speakerphone?
Yeah.
All right, Trey, because you sound distant. Can I get you to go ahead and get into the phone? Because I know you're in there making a Philly steak sandwich, ain't you?
All right, Ronbo, I think it should be better now.
It is, yeah. 49 Brian accused you of making over in the background making a Philly steak sandwich, Philly cheesecake. I got to tell you right now, though, I did go to Philly once, and the first thing that my friends there did, I forget that street. There's a bunch of Philly cheesesteak sandwiches all over that area, and we stood in line. And they said, and the line was long, Trey. The line was. I said, "Oh, guys, we can stay." Oh, no, hey, Ron, man, it's worth it, man. Just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Just when we get to, you're gonna see at the end of this, it's worth it. I'll be go to hell, Trey. It was, man. Woo, that was good.
God, yeah.
Oh, but anyway,
Pat's and Gino's right there.
right on the
I'm
corner.
actually I'm from 2 hours. I'm from 2 hours out of Philly, but I've been down there a bunch. But yeah, it's definitely worth the wait. But yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, like I said, I think there's a lot of meat on the bone with Bryce Huff. We were talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Even Baldy said that, So,
Yep.
like I said last week, they're paying half of his contract, Ronbo, and they got him for, if it's on the higher end of the conditional, it's a fourth rounder. So he could be a double-digit sack guy. Yeah. So. But yeah, I know also too, Ronbo, I just wanted to say, I know we're talking like OTAs and stuff. I still don't I don't know what to think about all this kicker stuff, Ronbo. Like,
see, you notice I don't talk about it because it's depressing, and we don't have a punter either.
Yeah, so part of me, they got Morstead. I think he's solid.
Oh, that's right.
I think he's solid.
I forgot that's the guy Robert Saleh brought over with him. You're right.
Yeah, he's solid, but I'm thinking about this kicker stuff. Part of me obviously hopes that Shank Moody, gets over his yips. But I mean, Ronbo, can we really ride with him just because he has a good off season playing in front of practice crowds and not on a national stage? Shit, I still have PTSD from him lining up for field goals
You and
last
me both.
year.
Some of us there's no medication to help us either. Hey, Trey, you know what?
I mean?
How many weeks would you give Jake to say? Let's say the first 3 weeks, Jake goes 3 of 6. I'm done.
I'm done. Cut. 3 of 6, cut. If it was something like that, yeah. I think he's got to be on a real short leash. Yes. You know what I mean? But yes. I'm just thinking it's setting up where they're going to be like, oh, he had a great off season, and then it's going to come in and it's going to be the same old stuff, that we saw. I don't know. He was pretty good when he first started, so I don't know.
Oh, when he was in Michigan, he was.
I think he's got the yips.
Yeah.
He's got the yips. Yeah. So we'll see. But and then the other thing, Ronbo, I wanted to talk about real quick was this Jair Alexander news. That was pretty wild.
I know, right? What do you think about
the corner?
Do you do that?
The corner for the Packers that they cut him. I mean, Ronbo, he's
good. He can't stand
the
field,
a stud
Trey.
corner.
He can't stay on the field.
Well, I mean, I know that's his problem, but I mean, like I'm just thinking, I don't know. I think that's a guy you got to kick the tires on. You know what I mean? If you're John and Kyle, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, honestly, kind of like similar to what I was saying about Bryce Huff, you're never gonna. Well, who knows? But up until this point, you're never gonna get him cheaper than you can now. You know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot.
And that would be the
leverage.
stipulation, right
there. He
there.
just got cut.
Yeah.
He just got cut. You know what I mean? So.
Right. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to tell him, listen, let me give you a prove-it deal. You stay on the field all year this year, and we'll talk contract, a very much different contract next year. Yeah. I mean, how many teams are going to do
Ronbo.
that? Yeah. He's going to have a lot of people.
And that's I have to imagine they're lining up, but you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I don't know. I think, he's obviously missed a lot of games, but Ronbo, when he plays, he's good.
I know, Jack.
He's real good.
He can play now. Yeah.
And God forbid if God, I'm just...
the Rams are going to try to get him. They are.
Well, I'm hoping it's not the Birds, Ronbo, because Howie's licking his chops right now.
Oh.
Looking at Jair going, Jesus.
You think? I thought the secondary in Philly was pretty tight.
Oh, but Howie's never content. You know what I mean? He's a shark, Ronbo, as much as I hate to say it. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're the Niners, Ronbo, like, I don't know. Ward was whatever last year, but, like, I don't know. I love Demo, but can we count on him covering, like, a stud? Like, you might need that island guy, that lockdown guy.
It remains to be seen. But listen, we got to go. Always fun talking to you, Trey. That's why the time ran out so quick. I'm going to see you Friday, all right?
All right, Ronbo. Hey, yeah, for sure. Always a great time. Hey, let me get a Niners holler.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Let me get a sip.
Oh, yeah.
A Niners! White chocolate. See you Friday, fam.
Ronbo, and always exquisite. Love the platform. Love you, thanks, man. Bang,
thanks.
White chocolate out, baby. Talk to you soon.
Cool white chocolate. He represent Philly like nobody else can. Night, fam. Lorenzo! Oh!
What's going on there, Mr. Ronbo?
Oh, Lorenzo, man. I'm anticipating good things, Lorenzo, because we got our feelings hurt so bad last year. We need a good time this year, man. 6-11 was not funny. And after, when did we start going downhill? Week 6? That was 12?
We started going downhill as soon as special teams started fucking up and making us,
That was week 3, too.
Yeah.
We started off looking bad.
Yeah. We look good, but we look bad,
And the thing is, remember, we won against the Jets. We said, oh, man, Aaron Rodgers, the Jets. I said, oh, my God, they got a good defense. They got Aaron Rodgers. We have our hands full tonight. Just ran them out of the Bay Area. And then the next week, I said, we ready to ride now. We're going back to the Super Bowl. Minnesota beat our ass up and down the field, sideways. Jefferson was doing the giddy every 5 minutes. I'm saying, come on, man. What happened? So, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, last year was just brutal to watch. You think you got it, and then you're like, no. Just fuck punt return or some stupid shit like that, kickoff return, and you're like, nah, man, not like this, Yeah, it was pretty brutal to watch last year, but hey, what the hell, we're fans, right?
Yeah, and you know what? We got some additions this year.
Yeah. But I'm gonna feel pretty good about our pass rush, I think,
Well, you got Bryce over there, and you got Robert Saleh running things. I'm already excited.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time, I think, this year, God damn, I just keep thinking about that beef we have inside,
Yeah, I know.
That guy's supposed to be looking, what do they say, the experts, he could be something special, Ronbo.
Which one, who are you talking about here?
Our number 1 pick.
Oh, Mikhail. Oh, Mikhail. he's going to do some rookie things, but I got a feeling he's going to iron them out pretty quickly. And
that's always could be something special.
Yeah. Because he's surrounded by guys. What they're doing, though.
Solid,
He's got Bryce on one side. He's got Nick on the other. He likes to learn. He's got no arrogance about him. He's just out there. They say he's just a sponge. He's just picking things up. Yeah. And can you imagine picking up from Bryce and Nick? Not to mention Givens is out there. He's got all kind of guys he can bump off of to get things right. He'll be okay.
I think, Solid's going to have some fun. He's going to have a lot of fun. I bet you just drawing up. This is what I'm going to do. Man. So, it's going to be a lot of fun. And offense, McCaffrey's looking good,
McCaffrey.
We didn't even have him to start the season, but, we lost. We didn't have him for a while.
That's why we're going to be fine this year. And there's no drama. There's nobody crying about their contract. So funny? The Hall of Famers came and let B.A. know. B.A., say, man, let me talk to you. T.O., Willis, Gore. I mean, B.A. must have felt about that big. When they got through talking, hey, man, we've been where you is and beyond. You need to shut the bleep up. If you want to be here, act like it, work hard, and make things happen. You got something to say after that? Okay, maybe then you may have a platform to stand on. But right now, you ain't nothing but making people mad, boy. Ooh, Rizzo, man, me and him would have a ball.
Offense, I think it's going to look good. Our offense is going to look good. I don't think we need to add a whole lot.
Yeah, no, so, I agree.
I'm just excited to see how they develop. And once it's on, we'll see. Until proven otherwise, we're the best. We're fucking going Super Bowl. Oh yeah, I forgot something.
What?
The fuck I forget. Oh yeah. Fuck them Cowboys.
Even though you missed it a couple of times too.
I was trying to be nice. I was going to try to turn over a new leaf, but fuck them,
They have enough problems, Rizzo. We can laugh about the boys because them boys ain't got no coach. Yeah. The Jerry Jones has completely lost his mind. So I'm loving watching what I'm seeing in Dallas. They're going to compete this year a little bit though. Because just having two good receivers, Dak has got to be tired of looking like ass. I figure he's going to have a halfway decent season.
That's all. Yeah, they're going to do a little bit with that's lowercase too. All of it, little. They're real little bit. They're going to do. They're going to do shit. Fuck those guys.
Their division is tough too. Whereas they used to dominate, Washington's back. Philly. Everybody in Dallas knows about Philly. The Giants have probably done enough to be at least competitive. So Dallas can end up being in third or fourth place. Wouldn't that boy?
Yeah.
Well, Texas boy here today.
I like Smooth's take on the linebackers. You got a good take on everybody, but I'm it's a good. We got a good team. Young, very young.
Yeah. We got a good mix, though. There's just enough veterans sprinkled through that group, so every room has somebody who can lead. And that's such a plus.
Yeah. So it's not bad they picked up Huff. He's a leader. He looks like he's not a rookie.
Who'd you say?
Huff, Bryce.
Bryce,
Huff.
Yeah, Bryce. Shoot, that defensive line room, they got plenty of monsters in there anyway, though.
Yeah.
But, So
he's got the same dimensions, everything as D4, though. Speed, everything matches up. I think.
And D4 has to get off that line.
But so that new improved model of D4, one that doesn't break right away.
Well, doesn't have a bad back. D4 just had a bad back. If you've ever hurt your back, you know what that feels like, right? You can't do nothing. You can't, let alone play professional football. That ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I've only hurt my back twice, so it's like it's not. I didn't snap to what the people used to talk about until I'm mid 40 or 50 sometimes. Yeah. I'm like, what? And then one day I tweak something, and then all of a sudden step out of the truck, and I'm like, oh, now I understand what they're talking about. Now I get it.
And Lorenzo, have you ever been in a gym and you're working out and you suddenly all that you can just not move? It's a twitch. That muscle in the back here twitches. Oh, game over, baby. You walk slowly to the locker room and take a shower and take that ass home. Usually take 24 hours if it's not serious. Yeah.
Try to walk out with some dignity, you know?
and hopefully them clowns ain't over there laughing. So, you know?
Yeah, we're proud of them, you know? But, yeah, I'm feeling good, but I don't have much to add to what I've heard. Everything's good, you know? And everybody, you know, other than Irish Kyle Shanahan and shit, you know? But I think he'd probably be all right this year.
He's gonna be all right. I'm confident. Well, fam, Lorenzo, we're gonna let you go. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you Friday. Hope you got some time.
All right.
And I won't let you forget about what you say about the Cowboys.
Yeah. All right. Hey, good night. Bang bang. Later. Bye.
Night, fam. Eric. J.C. Conlon, our quarterback room, right? You're right. Man. 4 guys. One's going to get redshirted for sure. But even the Mordecai, I want Brock to play the whole season because the more season he gets, the better. Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, come on in, man. We're sitting here talking about the vacation everybody's going to have to be forced to take for the next 40 days before the 49ers and everybody else and the Hawks and everybody else gets back on the field.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do realize. And by the way,
Detroit looks like nobody. Who was that?
That's Steven doing a Don Burst. You know,
Nice.
You know, Detroit. I can't wait to see what they look like this year. As long as they have that head coach, though. You know, that dude, I like him as a head coach. That guy, he's like a WWE guy. You know, he's gonna get everybody pumped up and rolling. So, yeah, Eric. In fact, when you look at every division except for ours, I've already got my division winners picked out. The NFC East, Philly, with Washington competing heavily for that. The NFC West, a lot of people think it's going to be you and I. The Rams are going to threaten, but the Rams getting rid of Cooper Cupper. I like that. Getting rid of Kupp and bringing Devontae in. Cooper Kupp was solid, and they're saying bad things about Cooper Kupp on Los Angeles radio. I get a kick out of that. Do you guys know Devontae is how old? And Devontae hasn't been that good for the last couple of years. Everybody blames the quarterbacks he's been playing with. I think he protests a little too much. Cooper, you guys were hurt badly when Kupp was no longer, because Kupp was straight money. We couldn't even cover him that last time we played him in that NFC Championship game because the Shark had gotten past his prime to the point where Kupp was just wearing him out. Because it used to be the Shark could keep Kupp under control all game long, much like he could do with your fantastic wide receiver that used to do a job on us every game too. What's that little guy's name? Your wide receiver?
Little guy, I'm Smith Jigba.
No. I'm talking about your Hall of Fame. I call him a Hall of Famer. The guy that just left you last year.
Probably.
What?
Maybe Steve Rogen.
No. This is a little guy that had an impact on every game just about. I think he just left you guys this last season. He and DK Metcalf, both of them gained 1,000 yards a year before last.
Okay, yeah, that's probably going to be Tyler Lockett.
There it is. Every time we played you, Tyler Lockett would always make that big grandstand play way downfield. Russell Wilson, who I still say has one of the greatest downfield shots ever. Lockett would be in stride. The ball would drop over his left shoulder up to 40 to 50 yards downfield, right into the basket. Lockett haul it in for a TD. And I'm sitting there kicking and screaming and punching.
Yeah.
I said, we just can't beat them. Oh, Lord. What happens every time? I said, we had the game won. There's like 30, 40 seconds left. And Lockett pulls in a pass that made no sense. These are the days when it would leave scars on every 49er fan because we wanted to beat you guys so badly. Yeah. And we couldn't beat the Hawks at home no matter what. And you came on the road and you did the same thing. We won 2 or 3 games in a 6 or 7 year window. And I says, let's just face it. We can't beat them. Circling the calendar for the Hawks. Why? I don't want to play them. I'm nervous the whole week. There was one group of guys on YouTube that called it Hate Week. We had certain teams they called it Hate Week because we'd be mad all week long because we knew it was going to be rough. Those are golden fights. Eric, that's why I got respect for you and your team, man. God.
Yeah. I mean, both teams, they always brought everything to the table.
Yeah. And both of them are Super Bowl teams. That's the thing. You guys had the defense was so good they got a name, the Legion of Boom. And I said, man, here we go. And Richard Sherman, the guy could take half the field away. It didn't matter who the Hawks were playing. Sherm owned one half a field. You could throw the other side, but that's going to take away from your offensive, your whole plan is wrecked because you only got one side of the field you can work. Every quarterback in the league had respect for him. And then you had that pass rush from hell. You should have won 2 Super Bowls if it wasn't for that mistake you made against the Packers. I mean, I'm sorry.
Hell yeah. I mean, to this day, like, 1 yard line. Won it. One. Pass. Well, you guys know the rest.
I mean, why?
You guys know what happened next.
You got Marshawn Lynch. They're not going to stop him on the 1 yard line. There's no force on earth that was going to stop him on one. The 49ers, the same thing against the Birds. We're passing the ball. We got Frank Gore. There's nobody's going to stop Frank Gore with a yard out. What are we passing for? Okay. Eric, there's nothing we can do about it. Eric, we go on to nostalgia. We ran the clock. Eric, I'll see you Friday, okay?
Man, yeah. All right, but I'll try and keep. I might have an update on my buddy. I don't think I probably will yet, but I'll talk about the party.
I sure hope he gets better. All right, Eric. Good night. Night. Oh God. Coaches, man. Okay, we're gonna give a pass. You're not looking for that. If I'm on the team, I'm in the huddle. Coach, can you hear me? Yeah. Why? What? Why are we? I got Frank Gore, Coach. Why can't we just run this in and win this game? Just do as you're told. What if I don't? Okay, call timeout. I can see me. You need to argue. Hey, yo, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going so far? Did you see the chat with Nikita put?
No, I haven't. What did Nikita say?
Daddy, you got one more day before you turn 48.
Oh, your birthday coming up. Hey, what a nice birthday.
Friday the 13th.
You're almost a 49.
Friday the 13th, June 13th. That's on a Friday.
You know what? I hope.
Friday.
We're gonna do it Friday, and hopefully.
Yeah, Friday's fine. No, it's fine. We'll do it Friday. I'll be calling in Friday. I'll make sure I call in Friday. Don't worry.
Let me know if Nikita just remind me.
Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yeah, and then next year I'll be 49. The lucky 49ers.
There you go, man. You wear that across the street. 49er.
49er. Here I'll get a jersey with my last name. It says 49er birthday boy. In the back. Maybe we'll win 2 Super Bowls. We'll win one this year, and then the one on my birthday next year. That'd be funny.
Oh, God,
then the Rams fans would be crying.
Oh yeah, we're so overdue. We're so.
Oh, we're overdue. No, Ronbo. 49ers are overdue, man.
For years.
I think
Ever
they're
since
overdue.
Harbaugh left.
A lot of my friends said that. Yep. Jimmy Young even said, you guys are overdue now. Remember, the last one was 95? Yep. Even Steve Young agreed. He says, Mike, yep.
Yeah, we've been to the well and didn't finish drinking. 3 times for sure.
Now we got to get up the well, catch the trophy, and bring it down.
Well, at least when you least expect it, that's why we're probably going to win it next year. And I'm going to say things like, guys, I said at the beginning of the year, there's no way this team is going in this year and win anything. We'll probably get to the playoffs, but if we do, we'll get to the NFC CG like we love to do.
You never know. Hey, Ronbo, the main thing is that if everybody stays healthy and we get into the playoffs and everybody's still healthy, then we have a shot. It's all about staying healthy. Keeping the guys, attached.
There's the key words
rookies,
right there.
We don't know what we got.
I know, but stay healthy. Even the rookies, can they stay healthy? That's my problem. Staying healthy.
We never know with these rookies. Maybe with our new defensive coaches now, I think, maybe this might be the push.
Damn it. I mean,
he's going to be on the sideline. He's going to pump up everybody. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
And like I said, you said that like with the NFC East, I don't think, you got to figure the Eagles and the Commanders are going to be the 2 teams. Giants will probably be a couple more years before they get up there. They'll be up the 3rd place. I would say 3rd place Giants.
Yeah, Michael, are
and
you telling
the Cowboys will probably end up going in the basement with the interception club. So Texas, you might be living in Mommy's basement just like the Cowboys and Prescott.
I just wish we could find Texas Boy. Texas Boy, when life was good.
Texas Boy,
he was in our chat.
He's hiding.
You can't find these people. Every week when we were playing, Texas Boys in the chat just dominating, talking all kind of trash. Even the Cowboys are butt cheeks.
I think my team that's going to make the playoffs, and I think it's going to be a surprise, and I think it's going to be good for Atlanta Falk and Tony Wright's team. I think they're going to do it. I believe
they're overdue as well.
I think they're overdue, and I think Tony Wright knows that they're overdue. Like he said, they did a good draft. They got good free agents, Good quarterback. Penix is a great quarterback, and I think he's going to be good for them.
They've had some good coaching,
I'm talking about
too.
Trading Pitt. Yeah, you're going to trade Pitt to make sure you get that tight end from Pittsburgh. Yeah, that guy you were talking about last time. Not bad, but
if I was the owner, I'd have to step in on that. Listen, guy, you're not trading Kyle. I just want you to know. Okay, what? Yeah,
hey, Don Burr,
go ahead. You guys doing a good job, but you're not trading Kyle Pitts.
Hey, you might see Don Burr at Bob's Furniture buying another couch to sit on again, another losing season. So, yeah, but no,
I'm still worried about the Lions. Are still tough. They got a lot
Lions and Packers. You got to watch out. Maybe the Bears. We got to watch out. We don't know what they're up to.
You think? They got a great coach offensively, and their defense wasn't all that bad last year. You could be right, Michael.
You never know. You got to watch out.
How about the Vikings? Yeah. Do we need to worry about them?
Well, if they had Darnold, the Vikings had Darnold, they'd be dangerous. But now with this guy McCarthy, we'll see.
McCarthy doesn't scare me either. That's right.
No, but you never know. Yeah.
Isn't that the Michigan quarterback?
That's the problem.
McCarthy. That's
yep,
Michigan.
that was out last year. Remember?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yep,
I'm not. The Michigan.
No,
Michigan was about a lot of things, but it wasn't about him. Yeah.
No, but they still got their running back. They got the receivers. Doesn't matter who plays quarterback.
They got Jefferson. They got 2 receivers up there that are really solid.
Hey,
right?
You got a good offensive. Hey, Ronbo, if you have a good offensive line, doesn't matter who plays quarterback.
Yeah, and especially got Justin Jefferson.
Look at Darnold. Look at Darnold, for example. He was cracking with the Jets.
But wait a minute, Michael. He had a good offensive line in the playoffs.
Yep.
And he looked like a deer in headlights the whole time. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, he looked like he saw a ghost again.
I thought they were going to beat Detroit. I thought they were going to beat the Lions. Huh.
But who did? Washington did.
And
Washington handled Detroit, and Eagles handled the Rams.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mike, but you know what about Washington? CJ looked good with the Texans that first year, too. He came back the second year, and granted, there was a lot of injuries and guys going down. But he didn't look like CJ the first year, CJ. Well, I mean, we'll see this year.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a lot of surprise in football this year. We might see some surprise.
Who's your sleeper?
You don't know.
Which team?
Atlanta. I would say Atlanta, maybe Houston in the AFC, or maybe watch out for Cincinnati.
Oh. Now, the Bengals they've got a coaching problem. If the owner's smart, get rid of that guy. Every year, the Bengals are going to start off 1-4. Okay, they dig a hole,
so
and then they come raging up out of it with all that personnel. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe my sleeper would be Houston and Atlanta for the NFC. Atlanta definitely for the NFC. I think they'll make the playoffs. I believe in Atlanta. They do the right thing, and I think they'll be fine.
Okay, because you know what? I'm thinking.
But also, you got to watch out too. Carolina.
I was getting ready to tell you. Don't
let Carolina. Don't be sleeping on Carolina.
We don't have to play them, do we?
Even the Raiders.
We do, don't we?
Sleep with the Raiders either. That might be a team to watch out too. The Raiders. Don't know. Football's going to be a whole new season.
All right, Pete Carroll.
There'll be a lot of teams.
What about the Chargers?
Chargers, another team you got to watch out.
But you know what? The Chargers are going to be no surprise, though.
Commanders.
But I think Kansas City's
Commanders are definitely not a surprise. But the Chargers shouldn't be a surprise.
But Kansas City, I think, is going to drop a step.
I know. We all agree. Boom.
Kelsey's overrated. He's no good.
Well, he's run out of gas.
He's done. He'll get married to Taylor Swift and move on.
I mean,
but I think Kittle's 10 times way better. Kittle's way better than Kelsey.
That's always been not way better, but Kittle's always been better because of the fact he can do more. Kelsey can only run a little bit of a route. He's not a bad route runner.
Yeah, he can't do nothing.
He can't help with the run game.
He can't do nothing.
He's not a tight end. No.
No, he's
just a tall wide receiver.
Kittle does all the work. Kittle's like a working machine, man. He's out there. He's like a working machine. That's one thing we're glad we picked him up. We got him in the draft. He's a working machine.
We got to go.
Hall of Famer, man. All right, Ronbo, see you on my birthday on Friday the 13th.
Can't wait. All right,
no bad luck, all right? Shout out to all my 49 Empire, and shout out to Papa Jay and Wolfie and Tony Wright and Eric, who lost week 1 with us. I don't know. Nikita, you too. Coming for the Eagles. Be weird.
Night, fam.
Rams, too, you'll be done. You'll be cooked, just like the Lambs. All right, Ronbo, I'll talk to you Friday the 13th, buddy.
Looking forward to it. It is Friday the 13th, huh? Yes, it is, huh? Oh. Jason will walk. There he is. My goodness, it's time for Chill. Phil, get in here, man. Shucks.
Hey,
all
Ronbo,
we do is talk about you when you're not here. So it's good you're here for a change.
Hopefully it's good.
Bill, you know it's always good. Papa Dragon hasn't called in a while. You and Pop have had an ongoing polite feud for 3 years?
We've gone back and forth.
But always polite. You guys do that in a gentlemanly fashion. It's always something to observe. But Phil, looking at Bryce.
I'm excited about this season. I really am.
Oh, me, I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about every season, but this
Not
one
like
especially because
yeah,
I just got this feeling that the off season was about as good as it gets.
Yeah,
for the 49ers. And the draft, we had a high draft pick for once.
Mm-hmm.
Often we're drafting around 30, 29, 28, somewhere in there.
Well, we messed up with Javon Kinlaw.
On the first round.
That was pick 13. Was it 13? No wonder it was bad. I think it was pick 13, Phil. That didn't work out.
Yeah. But, I think Mikhail is going to be okay.
I do, too.
And I think part of the big reason is we got Huff.
Yes.
Now Mikhail, all he needs to do is stop the run. Okay?
And learn.
If he stops the run, he's going to be fine because he doesn't have to rush the passer because Huff is going to be that guy. So I think
for McHale, it was the best thing that ever could happen was getting up.
Yeah. And he's learning from two guys that know exactly what they're doing. Nick on one side and Huff on the other.
Inside
Yeah.
on passing downs, along with Matos.
Hey, my boy C.J. West. I'm telling you right now, Phil, that's my dude. I watch this. I think that guy's going to be.
He's more a run stopper, though.
That's what I
He's
want.
More a run stopper.
I want that run to stop, Phil. And this is the guy to get it done. Him and McHale.
Yeah, I think getting what's his name, the other draft choice, second round from Texas. I forget his name, but he hasn't participated.
He's got a calf thing going on. Collins.
Yeah, he's tough against the run too.
Yeah, he hasn't signed his contract yet either. Well, he's got time.
Because
he's got
all
a lot
the
of time.
second rounders haven't signed their contract.
I know. There's only two guys. 2 second rounders in the league that signed.
They gave them the two guys got Cleveland for one, gave them fully guaranteed contract. So they screwed.
Cleveland's got a bad
up.
habit of doing that.
Yes,
fully
they do.
guaranteed contract.
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. They're going to get signed.
Yeah.
But I like our offense. I'm worried a little bit about wide receiver.
Are you?
Other than that,
Phil, why are you worried about the wide receiver? It's going to be everything's the time's going to be that situation is all about scheme.
Ayuk's not healthy yet, and he's probably going to put on PUP, which means he won't be back until week 5.
Yeah.
And then you've got
you got DeMarcus.
The other guys.
You got DeMarcus and Juwan. You know what? That's really
and Pearsall.
Yeah, and that's 3 guys. I'm thinking they're going to be fine. DeMarcus has got to go. I don't know what Pete's going to do with him. Yeah, they won't. Don't you love it, Pete? I mean, Phil. They wait. They won't tell you what the sentence is. They're going to think about it, and then a few days before the season starts,
Well, he may not get anything. Who knows?
Well, yeah. Then wouldn't that be wonderful? God.
But that's why I'm worried about wide receivers because there's uncertainty there.
Yeah, that's true.
3 games. He's out the first 3 games.
Is that already? That's what they said already, Alice?
Yeah, I heard. Get rid of Ayuk.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay. So there you go.
Ayuk's going to be probably out 4 games because if they put him on PUP, he's got to be out 4 games minimum.
You think he's ready to go? You think he'll be ready to go that soon? That was a vicious hurt. Oh, that was a scary injury. I don't. Ayuk comes back week 8 or 9 if we're lucky.
No,
he's going to
be back probably week 5.
Okay.
Because the doctor said it's a 10-month situation for that surgery. So, in 10 months will be right at the beginning of the season.
It has been a long time.
So I think he's going to be fine. He was running on the field okay. He wasn't running full sprints, but he was.
Yeah. Lateral movement is what's going to. That's got to be scary. Well, he's getting paid a lot of money, so he's got to want to get out there and get over that.
Paid a lot of money. But that's the only worry. Safety's a little concerning too because Mustafa's not going to be ready probably until after the first few games, and
we picked up another couple of guys that might be better than we think. What are their names? They're not household names, but Robert Saleh brought one of them over from.
Yeah.
Panic
or whatever his name is.
Panicker, yeah.
Panic or something like that.
Yeah, we know who we know who we're talking about. Yeah.
We'll see how that works out. And then, corner, I would go after Jair Alexander.
Yeah, I was wondering, is anybody up for a Jair signing? He can't. Phil, he's going to bring that.
If you can get him cheap, because the Packers are already paying.
Yeah, you can definitely get him cheap. He's going to go the highest bidder.
Not necessarily. He might want to go to a team that's going to compete.
Well, then there's that. Where he knows he's got a place.
And the 49ers have beat the crap out of Green Bay most of the time. During
I don't know.
So
this is going to be a bidding war. Are we going to get into it with everybody else? Giants going to get more than one offer.
Not for an injured guy, but if he's going to take the league minimum or something like that and then play off of incentives, and you just go say, okay, we're going to pay you for every game you start.
Phil, I promise you, Dallas, Los Angeles, most likely the Raiders. Who's willing to pay the most money?
Well, you just named 3 teams that have no chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Hey, Rams! I didn't even get a chance to say it. I would have liked to. Yes. What are you comfortable with paying him? How much? Incentive deal with
minimum, What is it, $1.5 million?
Well, like you say, you already got paid. I don't know what he'd be asking for so much for. I'm Jair Brown.
He got $20 million from the Packers.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, Phil, we're out of time. Phil, I tell you what. It really bothers us when you leave. That's why we talk about you when you leave for weeks at a time. So we'll see you Friday.
Well, I'd like to leave you wanting.
Phil's one of those guys.
Hey, Ronbo, we're just about ready to get into the season, and I'll be around. And
I know you enjoy your summer, especially for the next 4 weeks.
I'm ready to go. Blue Lot 1.
Yeah.
Ready for the first tailgate.
All right.
So, hey, no, I expect 13 wins this year.
I know, minimum 12. I agree. All right, Phil.
With this schedule compared to what we had last year, holy shit, totally different.
I mean, really, it's just God.
All right, man. So I'll let you go, Ronbo.
Always a pleasure, Phil.
We'll talk to you on, I guess, Friday, huh?
Hopefully, if you got time. I'll be looking for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Night, Phil.
Talk to you then.
Looking forward.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Steven. Oh, Steven. The man who brought Scarlet and Rome into this world. Where are they? Because usually I can hear them right away. Because Scarlet and Rome don't like to go to bed. I love it.
Scarlett's getting ready to go to bed. So Dad's got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to commute. Yeah, I'm heading out to Sacramento for a little while for this week. But
all right.
But what was it? No, so I was at my job today. We were talking about the Niners because a lot of us are 49er fans, and we really get into football. Like we look at stats and all that stuff, and all that good jazz, right?
Mm. So,
as you kept mentioning Demarcus Robinson, and the reason why the Niners, I think, picked up Demarcus Robinson, this is just my theory, is because they don't know how Brandon Ayuk is going to react. They're already fed up with Brandon Ayuk, and if it's not more apparent than them getting rid of, obviously, Devondre Campbell being the first one on the chopping block because of what he did, but Deebo Samuel, that's another one. That's a big part, and if you really think about it, a lot of the players, some players speak out, like Yamador Lenore, and it's like, if you want to be here, you want to be here. You'll play, regardless of what. Like, if you want to be here, there's no drama. Be about it, And a lot of players are kind of drifting towards that mentality again, which is great. But BA looks like he's trying to be like the next TO. But the problem is, though, is that there's only one TO. And that kind of talent comes once in a long time. And unfortunately, BA is not that kind of talent.
He ain't got that kind of resume yet.
John, he doesn't have it yet. He had, like I said, he had one good season. And that's it. Everything else has been okay. You know what I mean? His presence has always been there. It's just he didn't have the production we were hoping he'd have. And we signed him on a whim. Basically, like, okay, yeah, you know what? We did exactly what we did with Debo. Without Debo, we're nothing. Without Debo, we're nothing. I was on the same hype train as everyone else.
Yeah.
Without Debo, we're nothing.
Well, because that's the way he used him. It made it seem like he was the whole team. Every time you looked up, the ball was going into his hands, and he's running down the field, knocking people down like bowling pins.
But here's the thing, though. With wide receivers, it was different. When you look at the grand scheme of it all, yeah, Brandon Ayuk had a great season, but you know who was right on his coattails and didn't have almost interceptions and didn't try to, bobble the ball into his hands?
Jennings.
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
Juwan Jennings was hard to take down. yards after carry, great separation, good speed, and he was like a quarter of the price of what BA was worth. So from what I'm looking at, this is what I see. Niners are going to get fed up with BA because he's already in training camp, out of uniform, talking his shit, and posting online. They're going to get rid of him. They're going to find a way to get rid of him, whether they might get a draft pick for him or they'll just say, hey, you know what, we'll cut ties, let the other team take care of your contract, peace out. It's been fun, but have a great time, you know? Because the wide receiver room, for what it's worth, I think it's pretty damn good. You got Juwan Jennings. You got Ricky Pearsall. You got Jacob Cowing, who's coming through the roof. You got Jordan Watkins. You have, who else? Demarcus Robinson. I mean, it's stacked in the wide receiver room. And I honestly think Demarcus Robinson is worth keeping just because he's got the veteran experience. Because when Cooper Kupp went down, Demarcus Robinson was kind of right there, and they kind of relied on him just as much as Puka Nacua. And if Puka Nacua couldn't get any separation because he got figured out, they threw Robinson.
Yeah.
So,
how many? Steven, how many yards did Puka get? Did he end up with last year?
Damn near nothing. Just put it like that. Damn near nothing.
I forgot.
Your star wide receiver got shut down.
What kind of year?
Your backup got shut down.
Michael Pro, you in here talking trash. Well, how many yards did Puka get last year? His overall contribution.
I'm gonna tell you right now, -2.
No, Puka had it.
-2 yards.
He had. No, at the end of the year, he had to have at least. He had somewhere around between 8 to 1,000 yards easily, because at one point they just stopped using Kupp altogether.
Yeah, and I can't remember. Did they get rid of Kupp already? I think they did.
Yeah, Kupp's over with. He's with another team. I forgot who it was.
I forget. But that's how much I pay attention to the Rams. I don't really look at them like, oh, who's getting traded, who's not, because they're not really that much of an issue. For the Niners, they're just kind of like that splinter, you know, that one annoying splinter that like you pull half of it out, but now you got to soak it in water so that way it comes out. They're like a splinter.
But you know what though, Steven? They did build a pretty good defensive line. It took them 2 years, but it looks pretty solid. We're gonna have to fight to beat the Rams this year, but I still say Saleh can outcoach McVay all day.
He can outcoach McVay any day. But you know, we're looking at like Phil said, man, and I've said before, this year is going to be different. The whole NFL is completely rearranged. Them, like the Eagles, you could thank the Eagles for this too. The Eagles kicking the shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs, the supposed juggernaut in the Super Bowl, putting the 40 burger on them.
Yeah.
Reset the entire NFL completely. It is the hardest reset they've ever experienced. And now, teams that weren't good are starting to look good. And now we're retooled. We have all the tools and pieces that we kind of needed during the season. I mean, granted, our offensive line is still questionable, but that left side is looking pretty goddamn nice. But, hey, our defense looks nasty. It looks as good as it's ever going to get, man. And
Steven, we got a couple of offensive linemen. Did you see in the press conference? I don't even know who those people are. I wonder why the 49ers brought them in. And the one guy said he played right tackle and something else. I said, really? Who is this guy? We'll see.
I got to see, man. I got to see, because if you give Brock Purdy time, he is nasty. If he has enough time in that pocket, I guarantee you, it's Juwan Jennings, it's Jacob Cowing, no matter who. George Kittle, I'm telling you right now, Ronbo, them picking up Luke Farrell and, you know, getting back Ross Dwelly, George Kittle is going to have a field day. George Kittle is going to have the best year of his entire career. He gets re-signed. He's amped up. He looks better than ever. And on top of that, he's got the support he needs that he doesn't have to block all the time. Oh, man. And then on top of that, we re-signed Juice, who is a great blocking, you know, fullback. Granted, I'd love to see him catch a few times here and there, but hey, you know, it is what it is. You have CMC coming back from an injury. You have Garendo, who looks really damn good. You got Jordan James. That's his name, JJ. I'm gonna call him JJ. That's the other JJ. JJ too. You know, Jordan James, our smash mouth running back.
Yeah. In other words, you're not bothered by most of the personnel like myself and others. Steve, we got to stop though, and look forward to you complimenting more of these guys on this team, because They're damn good. I could just feel it. You know, there's so
It's
many.
nasty. And watch out for Stone Blanton, man.
I know
Robert
everybody's
Fields
talking about
Jr.
him. I can't wait to see him in preseason.
Williams, if he slips up, man, Stone Blanton is a nasty man. That is one nasty linebacker.
Good. Nick Martin's going to have to fight for that job. I can see right now. And don't forget, D. Winters is letting everybody know, look, man, I don't know why y'all thinking that I'm not here talking like I can't hear you. Hey, I'll see you Friday, Steven.
I'll see you Friday, Ronbo. You have a great night.
You too, fam. Yeah, you know, that linebacker competition is going to be interesting. And it's hey, Jeremy, get in there, Jeremy.
Hey.
Jeremy.
What you doing, Rambo?
Oh, Jeremy, man, we're just in here hooping and hollering about things we know nothing about. You know, the thing is about this team, we got a lot of youngins. and the thing is, they look good because we want to imagine that they are, because we got no other choice. And the season's going to be coming up, and we're going with some mystery players. But not Bryce.
Well,
not Bryce Huff.
Every year, teams have mystery players.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. And every year, they end up shocking you.
Yeah.
You know, some end up not doing worth shit, but some end up shocking you.
Yeah. Like last year.
And I think this is going to be a shocker year. I got confidence in our team. You know, we got some good coaches back.
Oh.
You know, good defensive coach back.
Number one.
You know, players are getting old. We got some fresh young blood in there.
Yeah.
Along with the old blood to keep them warmed up. You know, we got the old guys to give them advice, you know, like they need.
Exactly. And they need that kind of support from the veteran that's been there for a while. Teach them how to be a 49er. That's what I like the best.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable for a 49er. It's a good play, but that ain't going to work here. You know, you need that kind of guy to keep bothering you. See you digging. Every time you do something, you think you did something special. You haven't done anything special. Man, that wasn't even 49.
That ain't nothing.
That was just okay. Oh, I can't.
Oh, boy.
At every position, too.
And I can't wait to see my home get his neck broke.
Oh, God. Jimmy actually felt a little sorry for him in the Super Bowl. They just beat him up. God, they beat him up. Woo.
And I laughed. I laughed.
I fought it, but I did too. But I mean, they just beat him every which way but loose.
you know, if it ain't 30, I ain't for them. They ain't 40, I ain't for them.
They're gonna be back though, Jerry.
I'm for.
They're not gonna lay down long. That's a tough organization now, especially as long as they got Andy Reid and Patrick out there.
They didn't spend no money on their offense.
They did not. I
know.
They
didn't even help Mahomes. They're learning off us. They're not going to help their quarterback.
Jeremy, they don't have any money. I mean, because they got rid of people last year trying to reduce salary.
Yep. And they're overdrawn again.
I don't see them winning that division this time. Kansas City's, because they barely won those games last year by 2 and 3 points every week, winning by a field goal or maybe a point at the last second. They were already on the decline.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, we came within 6 games of doing that ourselves.
I know.
You know, there was about 6 games. We was a touchdown within.
Didn't somebody beat us up? Did we get beat up badly once or twice though? It never usually happens. This year,
but still, every team gets beat up once or twice, man. We just barely get beat by 16. You know, we could have been a 12 or 14, but things would have just felt a little bit different.
You're right. We lost in the fourth quarter too many times. Yeah.
And look how banged up we were. This year we're coming back healthy. Everybody's going to be healthy except for brand new.
Yeah.
What they do now, everybody else will be healthy. They'll make up for it.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have a running back, McCaffrey, and everybody back.
Yeah.
We're going to Super Bowl this year. I got confidence in them.
It really could, because if we get to the playoffs,
You gotta have that confidence in your team.
well, they've taught us to have that. If the 49ers get to the playoffs, more than likely they're going to get all the way to the NFC CG. That is the least amount of they're going to get done for you. Because Kyle Shanahan, for all the things they say bad about Kyle Shanahan, he knows how to get his teams in position in the playoffs. I don't care what anybody says. Kyle Shanahan's a great playoffs coach. I don't think he's ever been excused in the first round since he's been in the league.
He hadn't.
So.
And see, he's got to get back to the playoffs and back to a Super Bowl. Otherwise, he's probably going to be fired if he don't get the playoffs.
I know, Jeremy. You know what worries
he
about
pulls another deal like he did last year. They'll fire him.
I think Jed York looks at.
49ers ain't going to stick up with that.
Well, Jed York, he likes Kyle. If he thinks it's justified, the losses, Jed looks at things a little differently. He doesn't just look at the record. He looks at what took place. Because he could have got to get rid of Kyle a couple of years ago behind losing that 1 year that he got killed. But if the team looks like they're competitive and guys are dropping like flies out there, he'll look at that situation and say, well, I'm going to wait. If he does this with a healthy team, he's out of here, sure. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the team's healthy and he don't make the playoffs, he fired.
Oh, yeah.
If his team's banged up or something, he don't make the playoffs, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like last year, that's one thing. But if they don't make the playoffs and they're healthy, he in trouble.
Well, see, because Kyle's already proven that they'll say that about any coach, but if he's got all his tools, he's going to get it done for you. Jed probably likes that. Jeremy, I always wonder, if you could get another coach right now to replace Kyle Shanahan, what would his name be?
It'd have to be the Kansas City's coach or the Eagles coach. Yeah, I mean, it would have to be. It'd have to be.
Andy,
because think about it. Mahomes ain't that special. Mahomes ain't winning all them Super Bowls.
By himself.
That's his coach.
And his personnel helps too.
That's his coach.
You're right.
Personnel helps too. Because Purdy did way better than Mahomes last year.
Oh, yeah, the stats the stats indicated so. So if anybody wants to, here they go talking about Purdy better than Mahomes. We're talking about numbers.
He is.
You know?
He is. By numbers, he's better. And that's what I'm going by. My quarterback better. Now, Josh Allen, we can't do that. Josh Allen, I hate to say he is. There's no hope for Purdy to beat him.
Jerry,
he's a one-man crew.
Josh Allen's actually the best quarterback in the league. But you know what Josh Allen's problem is? He puts on that.
Purdy second.
Yeah, but the thing is with Josh, he puts on that Superman cape when he should use his team. Josh will try to beat a team by himself. He comes close very often. But Josh, if you would just use that wide receiver
as much as other people, he'd win every Super Bowl.
Oh, God. Jeremy, we got to go.
But he's got the whole team on himself.
No, he's that good, though. But, you're not going to beat 11 men. But, Jeremy.
No.
Let me. Good to hear from you. Let's see you Friday.
Okay, I'll see you Friday.
Looking forward to it, Jeremy.
Sounds good.
You have a great night.
All right. You too.
Thanks, fam. And let us go to Aussie land, where the Roos are standing on Tony's front lawn, and all he did was get out, and they left. Tony.
Ronbo.
Yeah. Tony, I mean, we've been trying to get a guy to play opposite Nick Bosa for a number of years now. We've thought we've had the guy a couple of times. Remember that kid we got over from Washington? He came in with a bad neck. We didn't know it. You got Leonard Floyd last year. They've drafted a couple of kids, one from Georgia, and then there's Drake Jackson on it. I mean, everybody that's went over there has went there to end their careers. And some of them weren't even old enough to end their careers. But Bryce Huff, maybe because he comes in with Robert Saleh, I think we've got something this time to hang our hat on. It could be the piece.
It could also be Bosa being the jinx, Ronbo.
Yeah? What makes you think that?
Well, just for a comedy standpoint, you look at every time Nick Bosa has endorsed, he's got great bend, he's got all the tools, he's got everything.
That's right.
And they end up being injured, or for 2 years or something like that.
That's a damn good point. Leonard Floyd stayed with us the whole year. Nick kind of liked it, although Nick didn't lay a lot of accolades on this guy.
Yeah, but remember what he said about Drake Jackson?
Oh, got great bend. Nick said he wished he had that kind of bend. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, so every person that they ask him in the press conferences, and he comments about something happens to the poor bastard.
But
shit. I'd be going up to Bosa and going, look, if they ask you anything about me, shut the hell
up. Hey, as Bryce Huff got, I don't know his injury history. I didn't really pay that much attention. I know he didn't play last year because he benched him, but I wonder if he's been subjected to any serious injuries.
I don't know, but apparently he's a specialist in a certain area, and that's the way they're going to use him. So, it could be on third down.
Doesn't that make sense?
Could be.
I can't imagine what Fangio was thinking. If a guy, I'm telling you, if you and I are coaching a club, we're going to look at that guy to see, what does he do good? All right? Well, let's apply him in that fashion. Let's not make him do things that he's not capable of doing, because that's asking for disaster. I don't know. Fangio's, I don't understand what he was thinking. He didn't see what Salah saw?
We're the worst culprits for that, Ronbo. You draft people that play right tackle or guard or something, and they put them in the position that they've never been in before.
I know, especially with the offensive line.
I don't know. Yeah, well, offensive linemen, I heard on the Krug show some big praises on that dude, Austin Pleasance.
Yeah.
He's 6'7", 330 pounds. Apparently he's been having a good camp.
He must have been the guy that I saw on the video. He must have been the guy I seen on the press conference. I didn't know who that was. Has he got blondish hair? Kind of long?
He's got red hair and
it looked like it looked like a ginger or a blonde. I think I saw him today. Yeah. The guy's a cut up. He doesn't look that kind of big, but on that camera angle, he couldn't really tell. I bet that's who that was. That's the only reason why they were talking to him.
Yeah. Well, he went to college, Ohio State. He went to Ohio College.
Oh, that's a good school. He plays either right tackle or forget the other position he plays. But as soon as he said right tackle, I listened up. Really?
Yeah. He's been pushing for that position, and I don't really do this, Ronbo, and I don't really wish ill health to any of our players.
But McKivitz can still be on the team. He can back up.
If McKivitz got injured, I mean, maybe he might not make it back on the team if this guy gets his way. He's
going to put this kid in, let him play. McKivitz could be a backup. We're going to need guys to back up. Offensive linemen don't always make it through the whole season, so we still got McKivitz. If you can put this kid next to Pooney on the right side, because you already know about Pooney. If we could do something about that center position, Tony, that's it. Brindle, because the left side is fine.
Yeah, well, Jake Brindle, if he's friends with Powder Puff Chris, he'll keep him there. Yeah, because he's the one that scouted him and brought him in
Chris
off the street. Same with McKivitz, and if he's recommended him, he doesn't want to look like an idiot, so he'll keep him there on purpose.
Well,
regardless of what happens.
I know. Well, you know what Chris says. Hey, go ahead, go in and draft. Go ahead, get yourself a playmaker. I can make an offensive lineman out of anybody. Really?
Yeah, Forrester's a magician. David Copperfield.
Jesus.
God. But, the other thing is when you evaluate these players, I mean, I don't have any problems with Salah evaluating, but it's just if he wasn't any good for Fangio, it's just a matter of scheme fit, Ronbo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he's a better scheme fit for our team, well, let's see what happens. But, we get excited like this every year, and then we just end up the same old players that were on the field last year. No one gets a chance to, showcase their talent.
But Tony, that's not going to happen this year. You're not going to get the same old players. Yeah. There's a lot of guys out there this time that we're not going to know anything about for weeks.
I mean, we know Cokenhan can scheme up 3/4 of a season.
Yeah.
But his biggest problem is in the big games, like the big one especially. But I'm not worried about any position group except the O-line, Ronbo. I want Brock Purdy protected. I don't want to see him running for his life. That's the only position group I'm skeptical about until further notice. But he's the most important player on our team, and he needs to be protected.
Yeah.
It's not too much to ask. You snap the ball, snap 1, 2, 3, boom. He lets go of the ball. Is that too much to ask for? 3 seconds of protection instead of the poor guy doing loops and running for his life and then trying to release it on the run.
Tony, you know what, though? If it'll make you feel better, that's why they got the kind of receivers they got now. Somebody can get open immediately. Don't be out there taking 30 minutes to shake your man. Don't take too long to get in and out of a route. Brock's already talking about good things about some of the guys he's got out there now. That's going to help almost as much as the offensive line. If I know where that guy's going to be, and I know it's not going to take long, I'm going to put that ball there before he gets there, because everything about Kyle Shannon's offense is all about timing. If a guy's dragging ass man, it's just there's so many things.
Ronbo, still that what you're saying depends on the opposition team. If they've got a sticky secondary and our boys can't get separated, well then it's a different ball game, isn't it?
Yeah. Tony,
you're looking at it now saying that we've got good receivers and blah blah blah, but it depends which team we come up against.
We're going to find
and how
out
their secondary.
Tony, we got to go. I'm gonna see it Friday, and things are gonna get kind of slim to take as far as conversation. We'll find something though. I'll be looking for you. Okay.
All right, bro. Shout out to Evan Ellis, Big Show, Papa Dragon, Resident Bastard, 49er Brian, and the rest of the crew, Smooth and everybody else, and catch you in the next one.
Looking forward to it, Tony. Night, fam. Oh, good day with Tony. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tony, ATL.
Ronbo, good evening. How you doing?
Tony, this is that time of year we can only feel good. There's nothing to be upset about. Anticipation. Well, Tony, wait a minute. Unless you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, there's got to be some need for concern. Tony, who are the other teams that can expect bad things? Most fans probably think the Browns.
The Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns defensively going to be pretty good, though.
They're always good defensively because Myles Garrett is over there. My God, that's a terrorizing human being. And they picked up some other guys, too. Didn't they pick up a guy in the draft?
Yeah, but see, Cleveland got those defensive backs, man. Newsome and Ward, Denzel Ward, 2-time Pro Bowler. Yep. They got some good players on their defense.
They've been there for years. Denzel got hurt last year, I think, right? Because he didn't play.
Yeah, he did, but he'll be back this year.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in New Orleans, I'll tell you that.
There you go. That's the kind of team I'm talking about. The Saints. The Saints are about to go into a full-on rebuild.
Yeah, and they paid Chase Young and what's that guy's name? Jordan, the defensive end, Cam Jordan. This is probably going to be his last year.
Is Cam still there?
Retire though. Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, Chase Young is a real disappointment. You know, he's going around. He's become a journeyman. He's going around from team to team now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Bounty hunter, sell out to the highest bidder.
Yeah. Man, I thought him and Nick Bosa got together. That'd be lights out now. We got two Ohio State's best. Oh, man. I didn't know he had a neck problem. He didn't say anything.
Yeah,
no, he said anything until the end of the year.
But I still think, like in our division, I think Tampa's going to be very strong. And Tampa has won the division the last, what 5, 6, 7 years. Tampa's
Has it been that many?
Tampa's gonna be a force to reckon with, and nobody's talking about them.
No, you're right. Tampa Bay has been that good since Tom Brady came and left. They had that 1 year. Brady had
when
Baker
Mayfield took over for Brady. Baker Mayfield found him a home.
And who knew that Baker Mayfield would ever find a spot where he could flourish like he is in Tampa Bay? I wonder what it was.
Yeah, and like last year, Baker Mayfield led the league in interceptions with 16, but he had 41 touchdown passes.
Yeah. I don't want a coward as quarterback. I don't need 16 INTs to prove that you're a bad dude, but let that thing rip. And that's what Kyle's teaching Brock Purdy and our backup quarterback.
Mac
Jones, yeah. And they're making mistakes right now, but this could be a learning experience. Making mistakes right now is okay. Just make that mistake now and make adjustments.
My surprise team in the AFC, like I've told you on several of your shows, Ronbo, I like that Charger offensive line. 4 former first-round picks, all young in the 2020s, all of them. Now they got Mikhail Becton that they got in free agency to fill that right guard spot.
Mikhail Becton. And he used to be lazy.
Yeah, he got him a Super Bowl ring now, too, with Philly. Played 1 year in Philly.
Oh!
He's moving people.
Becton was in Philly? He left the Jets.
He left the Jets and went to Philly last year. His rookie contract was up. The deal with Becton is, though, Ronbo, you remember he came out of the combine. He ran that fast 40 time. He struggled at tackle.
And he's huge.
His position is guard. They moved him inside in Philly, and that's why he's flourishing at guard, playing right guard.
Don't you love teams that do that? This guy's a great center. What are we going to do? Let's move him to right tackle. Sometimes good sense does not always run through the ranks of coaches, thinking you can just change a player that has played that position since he was in junior high school or younger. And all of a sudden, he's honed that craft, and now he has to throw it all away. I got to learn new footwork. I've got to be able to do this. Timing. When the ball snap, I got to look in different directions I used to. What did you expect?
Especially on that offensive line, man.
Oh, God, you better be alert.
Just like the Chargers' first-round pick last year, Joe Alt, top 10 pick. He played left tackle his whole 4 years at Notre Dame. The Chargers moved him to right tackle, and he picked it up with no problem last year in his rookie year. He's playing right tackle.
Some guys are probably all right with that. In fact, most linemen ought to learn right now, don't be so to the point you haven't learned more than one position on that offensive line. If you get to the pro level, they could want to move you to another spot. So if a kid's smart, he learns in high school to see if his coach will let him play multiple positions on that offensive line. Because if you're good, you can get paid in the NFL now as an offensive lineman. There's so
and
few.
I saw a little short YouTube clip of your guy Huff. Ronbo, that dude is quicker than I remembered him.
Ain't he?
He was just working out, doing some drills by himself. And they hit him line up, and then you hear the whistle blow, snap the ball, boom. He was like off the ball.
He's explosive and strong.
Yes, he is.
And if your big offensive lineman is kind of big and bulky, he will take you off balance. I mean, that one move, I love this one move. He takes the offensive lineman, goes this way with him, and it worked. Throws him to the dirt. I said, ooh. That was
Huff, he's got the repertoire.
Dude.
He'll take you one way, then cut back the other way, or he'll bull rush up the field and use your weight against you, knock you on your butt. He's got a lot of moves.
I can't believe Fangio couldn't find a way to use him. Well, I'm glad.
And check this out, Ronbo. I want your opinion on this because I thought about you when I heard this in NFL news. Well, first, before I tell you this, I didn't know Aaron Rodgers got married. He secretly got married the last few months. Nobody knew about it.
I mean, Aaron's always drawing unnecessary attention. Tony, if he got married, you're not going to tell us who it is. Why are you saying anything? I don't get it.
Exactly. Just keep it to yourself.
He's annoying. He really is. Now, everybody's going to ask him.
Check this out. The Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Ohio State quarterback Will Howard, the one that won the national championship, in the 6th round, right?
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers said today he wanted to take him under his wing. Now, Ronbo, when have you heard Aaron Rodgers ever say when he was at Green Bay he was going to take a quarterback under his wing?
This is a first. He didn't say anything like that at Green Bay when Jordan Love came in. In fact, he was a little pissed off that they even drafted Jordan Love, as I remember. Aaron thinks there's other things I need besides the backup quarterback.
Under his wing, so
yeah. This is good. And maybe he could be maturing in some areas. He's still a attention whore, though. There was no need to say.
And it's the end of the Aaron Rodgers knows this is the end of the line for him. He knows it is.
Are you sure?
This is it.
Yeah.
The last year or two, he might play this year, and that's it, or he might play one more. I don't know. But it's the end of the line.
Tony, if they have a good year, Aaron Rodgers will be back.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I said a year or two. And Pittsburgh's got some talent.
They usually do.
Some talent there, so
they got one of the greatest coaches of all time.
That division's going to be tough between them, Cincinnati, and Baltimore. Ooh. And I wouldn't be surprised if Baltimore did not win that division.
Well, there's no need to be surprised. They should have won it last year. The Bengals, though, if the Bengals can get off to a better start than they usually do, that's going to be a round robin. Who's the fourth team in that division?
Yes, it is. Yes,
Indianapolis?
It is. I just hope Cincinnati can get their defense right. And it's just a travesty. They need to get Trey Hendrickson signed, man, and stop all this nonsense. And then their first-round pick, that defensive end from Texas A&M, he's not signed. So they need to get the first-round pick signed, and they need to get Hendrickson signed.
Well, there's plenty of time. Some teams are going to learn, like the 49ers learned, don't wait until August to sign people. There's things that we need to get busy on rather than arguing with this player about how much you think he should get paid. Hey, who else is in that division? Is it Indianapolis that's in that division with those? Is Indy, Cincy?
No, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Baltimore, and Cleveland.
Cleveland? Oh. All right, I tell you, make a prediction because we just got a few seconds left here. How is Cleveland going to do this year?
They're going to be competitive just because of their defense, and I still like Flacco. If their offensive line holds up, I say they'll win 5 to 6 games. 5 to 6 games. They can win more games than the Cowboys because they ain't going to win that many.
Tony.
Ronbo, Nick Chubb. Yeah. Nick Chubb signed with the Houston Texans to back up Joe Mixon. Ooh. He said he is fully healthy from all injuries from the last couple of years. So that's a good move by the Houston Texans. If you can get Chubb back the way Chubb used to be, and he's not even starting, that's a good 1-2 punch.
Yeah. You can alternate him. All right, Tony. We're going to go. I'm going to see you Friday the 13th.
Sounds like a plan, Ronbo. It's good to talk football in the chat. And all those Ram knuckleheads ain't been in here lately. So
I know, right? It's a wonderful
probably,
thing.
Hibernating.
I'm hoping YouTube got rid of them because I didn't. I wish I would have.
The only one I've seen is marketing slow.
Yeah, and he came in and said something stupid and left. All right.
Yes,
Tony,
sir.
have a great night. I'll see you Friday.
All right, sir. We'll see you Friday.
Look forward. All right, Tony. Oh, man. Did anybody see Kruger's show? Because I don't really know if that's Marketing Pro or not. Because Marketing Pro doesn't usually say just the type of things that particular Marketing Pro is talking about. Krug, he says, Krug says Michael is stiff and slow. He says, why would Krug say that? I don't believe it. I may have. I don't know. Anyway, fam, I guess that's it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see you Friday. And remember, it's Michael's birthday. You got to come in and say happy birthday to Michael. And just have a great night. And look out. It really is Father's Day coming up this weekend. So hopefully you get more than a pair of socks and a tie. Pretty good. Especially if your kid is a certain age, he'll probably give you a Chat GPT account. Hey, have a great night, fam. And please, thank you for the contribution. 49er Brian. And please don't forget to subscribe. I love subscribing. I know.